We're now live. Hello from Las Vegas. It's Sunday afternoon, which means it's tea practice time. And I don't know what teas we're brewing today, actually. We're going to be brewing a selection of question mark green teas, courtesy of Steven, who is smiling over here from across the phone. And I have no idea what teas I'll be drinking. I'll be trying to figure out what teas these are because here's the thing, we counted our green teas and I have 93 green teas in my collection. I probably only know of like 20 of them at this point. I mean, I know what all of them are, I promise, I just forgot, which is it's not any better than that. So we'll be drinking green tea, we'll be blind tasting it. I'll be showing you some tips on what to do to kind of like figure out what a tea might be if you have no idea what it is. And yeah, this is kind of part of the green tea challenge that I'm kind of sending out to you guys today. I was inspired by my friend Tyler here in Las Vegas and Henrique Pascual from Brazil. Two friends from our Discord server who were drinking a lot of green tea lately because, you know, it's almost spring, and I'm not sure about you guys, but spring is like the green tea kind of like everyone's going to be drinking green tea soon, ordering green teas. And it's just a good time for us to look at, I think, our green tea stashes, see what's in there, and kind of decide what to do with them. So on the IG stories, I've kind of laid out what the challenge is. Basically, I'd like you guys to try drinking at least 7 green teas over the next 2 weeks. Just as a way to challenge yourself to kind of drink down what you have, maybe experiment with what you have, cook with it, bake with it. We've got some interesting ideas of what to do with the green teas. More on that later. And yeah, let me say my hellos before we get too excited. This is what happens if I drink tea before the stream. Sometimes I don't drink tea until the stream itself. And those are the ones you can tell she's like, you know, kind of chilled out in the beginning, and then I get more riled up after. So, Neil Base, nice to see you. Dottitron, Steve's Tea, it's been a while, nice to see you. Lovely, how's it going? How's it going? And Ale Fantasy ST, nice to see you from Las Vegas. So yeah, it's the sound of the kettle boiling. I think on the Discord, Steven has posted what the teas actually are. So if you are a member of the Discord server, you can go and check to see what teas he's brewing for me and laugh if I'm totally off base. So again, we're brewing these teas. Steven will be brewing them for me. We'll be using, you know, relatively even brewing parameters, and then I'll be attempting to identify what that green tea is, you know, blind. And I do have a benefit because I have an idea of which vendors I tend to buy tea from. So, you know, if I didn't buy any green tea from Floating Leaves last year, then I'm not going to have any Floating Leaves tea in that box. But besides that, it's almost like a reminder to myself, dude, don't buy tea that you're going to forget about, you know? But we're not doing this in a punitive way. It's not a punishment. It's more for funsies. Yeah. And then this is also a good way to think about, you know, kind of break down our preconceived notions about what the teas are. Because sometimes if you're like, okay, it's an aged green tea, your mind immediately goes to the conclusion that it's stale. When we blind taste teas, this allows us to kind of separate the tea from the taste of the tea from what we think it's going to taste like. And I found that we've gotten a lot of really cool epiphanies when we're able to kind of separate our perceptions from what and just focus on what's in the cup. You know? And yeah, I'm excited to get stumped a little bit. I've got my game face on. I would like to get some of these right, you know? I'm an okay blind taster. We do tea clubs here in Las Vegas where we blind taste teas. Everyone brews a tea and shares it with the entire group, and everyone has 3 chances to figure out what that tea is. And we can't look at the leaves, so am I not allowed to look at the leaves? Right. Just like we do during tea club here in Vegas, I just have to taste the tea. So yeah. People who popped in, Ochaviori, Armotala, and Teaworks. Hello from Las Vegas. We're gonna have some tea.
All right.
Okay, let's get some tea going. I almost want to reach over to this laptop next to me and see what the teas are, but that's boring. I like games like this. So, yeah, the challenge I put out again is to drink 7 green teas over the next 2 weeks. And this is a really good way to get through 5 of them, because we'll be going through 5 green teas today. I basically asked Steven, hey dude, just dig through my green tea pile and pick 5. And he's like, I don't even know how to brew some of these. I'm like, that's scary. So we're going to try to brew them about the same amount. Steven is brewing them in a gaiwan.
Yep.
I don't get to smell them. I don't get, hey, don't. He like went.
Reacting.
You're just reacting, and I don't get to know what they are. When you blind taste teas, ideally if you can do it with a partner who can make sure that you have no idea what it is. Of course you can kind of just mix it up and like, blindfold yourself as to which tea is in which bowl if you brew it. But if you find a partner to be able to do this with, they can brew the tea for you without you having to look at the leaves or smell the leaves, which can be a big giveaway as to what the tea might be. So tea number 1.
Tea number 1.
Which Steven kind of spoiled for me because he had this like, wow, amazing, this is great kind of look on his face.
Well, I don't know.
Alright, Tsai Ming Hung, nice to see you. Huda takes pictures, hello. And Nazanin, happy belated birthday. How's it going? I'm like looking at Steven brew this tea. So I would like to get at least 3 of these right, which is ambitious because again, we're picking 5 teas from the 93 teas I have in my green tea stash.
And you got 3 steeps? 3 guesses?
I think 3 steeps. 3 steeps, yeah. We'll try 3 steeps. This is following what our format here is in Las Vegas. We have everyone brew a tea. We cycle around the table. We have that person brew tea 3 times. And then everyone has to guess, and we can't look at the leaves. Because, I mean, if it's a Taiwanese oolong, it's just so obvious, like the big leaves and stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to abide by the rules that I put forward at Tea Club. And I can't tell what this tea is. I'm looking at the color. It's got this really pretty, like... Ooh, now I'm like game face on. I'm so excited. Marzi, nice to see you. And Tyler, who helped, inspire all of this green tea shebang at this moment. Nice to see you. First green tea we're blind tasting is...
Number 1.
Number 1. No idea what this is. Looking at the color of the tea, I can at least look at that. It's got this kind of like nutty looking... I bet it tastes nutty. It's got this kind of almost like amber hint to it. I don't think it's a Japanese green tea. It's too clear and too like warm looking. So I'm guessing this is a Chinese green tea of some sort. A pan-fired tea. Yeah. So look at the color, look at the smell. Yeah, this definitely smells pan-fired. So now we're trying to like narrow it down. Because if you have all of the green tea world to choose from, we're never going to get anywhere. And yeah, Discord friends, the actual teas are on the Discord already. So if I'm like way far off, which I have been a lot during blind tasting, you can see what's up. Oh my god, I've had this tea before! What is this tea? It's so upsetting. This is the Thunder Dragon Green from In Pursuit of Tea, I think. I know that's pretty fast. I just took 2 sips, but it's so basil-y. Now this is an infamous, if it is what it is, this is an infamous tea here in Vegas because it tastes like basil. And this tea just tastes like basil. Like you could just sprinkle it on a pizza and it would be at home there. So, which is consistent, but don't tell me if it's right or not if you're in Discord. Which is consistent with what we would expect from a pan-fired green tea, because that Thunder Dragon Green from In Pursuit is pan-fired. So, yeah, it's very aromatic. It's got this nice color. Yeah, I think that's Thunder Dragon Green from Bhutan. In Pursuit of Tea. I think Steven might be starting me off with an easy one because this is like an unmistakable tea, if it is what it is. Yeah. I find that it's easier to pinpoint the favorites or the teas you've had before a lot in the past when we're blind tasting. Another couple of things that tell me this is from Bhutan and not just the Chinese dragon well. It doesn't have the profile of any famous Chinese green teas, so I'm just trying to narrow it down to make sure. It doesn't taste like dragon well, it doesn't taste like Biluochen, it doesn't taste like Taiping Hokoi. I'm just ruling out all of those. The closest it could be is like maybe a Yunnan green tea or like a melon seed, like Liu An Gua Pian. It's got that kind of toasty thing going on. But it's also aromatic, so it doesn't match any of the Chinese green teas that I think, you know, when I looked at the color of the liquor first, it you know, I thought maybe Chinese green, but I can eliminate all of those. I'm feeling pretty confident about this guess. Do I get to know if I got it right? Or do I have to know at the very, very end?
I'll tell you.
Really? Okay.
After the third steep.
Yeah. Nicole, nice to see you. It's T Babe, nice to see you. And Katie, ni hao, from Las Vegas. Oh my god, you're making me try to look at Chinese characters. 我说中文不好，不好意思. Okay, I can't. No, actually, I can't read as well. I can speak a little bit. You know, 说中文一天天. Okay, this is green tea. I think from Bhutan. It's a blind tasting, so I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm good. Just moving on. I'm pretty sure what this is.
Okay. You got it right.
Did I get it right? Okay, so that's 1 out of 1. It's a Thunder Dragon Green from Bhutan. I'm so relieved. So at least I'm 1 tea out of 3 I would like to get out of the 5. So, yeah. I'm just relieved. So again, we're blind tasting these green teas. We're done with 1 out of 5. And this is actually green tea that I knew I had in my stash, but I haven't had it in like, you know, at least like 9 months, almost a year now, just because I got this from a friend of ours who found out this tea and, you know, it just was just such a hit with us in the local Las Vegas community because it tastes like basil. It really does. That's why this is an easy one. Like, I'm not even that good at blind tasting. It's just a really easy one. But yeah, when you go through your green teas during this challenge, you know, think about the last time that you drank that tea, or when you drank that tea at all, or, you know, when you bought it if you never opened the package. There are some teas in that green tea stash of mine that I've never even opened, which I'm not proud of, but, you know, instead of just throwing them away, taste them and see what's up. And yeah, the details of that challenge are again on Instagram and on Discord. Try to drink 7 green teas within the next 14 days. I'm hitting it, you know, out of the park with 5 today. So a blind tea tasting is a really good way to get through those green teas. And again, kind of get rid of the preconceived notions we have about old green teas. If they taste good, they'll just taste good, you know? If you know that food from a restaurant is like 2 weeks old, and you know, it doesn't matter how good it tastes when you taste it. It's just not going to taste good. I'm using an example because we watched Kitchen Nightmares last night. Yeah. So first tea is Thunder Dragon Green. I'm ready for this next one.
Number 2.
Did you want to make me confident before we got into it so that I could like... It's not good when you're on a high horse. If you're riding a high horse into Tea World, you're going to get knocked down. I promise. Hello to Super Turtle Kitchen. Super Turtle Kitchen. Nice to see you, Ross. Nice to see you. And Proud Pants Girl. Nice to see you. We're gonna be brewing the second tea. She's a question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
It's a mystery tea again. The second green tea from this blind tasting flight. All I know is that it's one of the green teas I've kind of put in my box of green teas and kind of haven't touched in a little bit. Okay, I need to finish this first one. I'm gonna put this somewhere else. Yeah. This is a really good tea. So that Thunder Dragon Green we just had, basil-y, super flavorful tea. Lots of character. And a good example of how not just China and Japan and Taiwan have magical good green tea. Magical good tea in general. This is the first tea I've ever had from Bhutan. I don't even know what it's like in Bhutan, but they make really good tea there, apparently. Because it's excellent. Okay. Next one. This is a darker looking tea. Oh my goodness. This is like, Ree, you probably forgot about me for a while, or I'm a hojicha. It's a hojicha. Maybe I shouldn't be so fast to talk, but hojicha, you guys, you know, hands up for any hojicha fans. You know, I really like hojicha, and you know it when you smell it. It smells like hojicha. So let's see how it goes. Again, this is the amber color that tells me it's either extremely old, because old green tea can get this color, just like aged pu'er, or it's hojicha. It smells like hojicha, tastes like hojicha. Now, which hojicha is it? Which hojicha is it? So now I'm gonna, I think it's a, nice Japanese hojicha. Let me think. It's a lighter hojicha than what I was expecting. So now I get to blind taste and kind of guess which tea this was, if I can even remember buying it. You know what? I'm narrowing it down. This is a lighter hojicha. I'm seeing that Steven's brewing it with boiling water. It's still very light though. I'm not sure if you guys have had hojicha before, but some of them are very dark, right? Huda Takes Pictures and Marzi, if you've seen hojicha before, sometimes it's very dark. This one's very light. Although this guy tends to brew pretty light. My first guess is the Gold Roast Hojicha from hojicha.co, which I've drunk on stream before, and it is light. They have a dark roast and a light roast. The dark roast one is more like comforting and like a little bit one note, which is not bad. It's like a nice, straightforward, simple tea. But this one's got a little bit more complexity to it. I don't think it's just a standard everyday hojicha. There's almost no bitterness. So yeah, it's really good. Marzi, which hojicha did you bring back? I'm so curious. I would love to try more and more hojicha. The ability to compare like the light roast and dark roast like I was able to do because Francois from hojicha.co sent me some. It was really fun. Also different harvest seasons for hojicha is fun too. Huda Takes Pictures, usually mine whenever was pretty dark. Agree. So I have some dark ones. I think this is a higher grade one. A lighter roast one. And that color coming out is so light and clear. Maybe it's just he's brewing it too fast. Hey,
Excuse
intern,
me?
Rainhorn, don't brew it so fast. No, I think it's just light. Yeah. Here's the color of the tea again. And yeah, I just got that little extra something. Why I think it's a higher grade of hojicha is it's not so bitter, and there's very little sourness on it, at least in the first steep. It's just very soft and aromatic and sweet, and I find that the higher grade teas tend to be a little bit less in your face and a little bit more subtle, nuanced. So yeah, I'm sure, and I'm like 99.9% sure it's a hojicha, and now I gotta narrow it down as to which one it is. It's got some complexity to it though. I did pick up like a marine note. Marine notes.
Second brew.
This is the second brew. That's a little weird. This is interesting. So it's very umami. So I got a hit of like a marine note there. And now that's telling me, I wonder if it might be, we need to at least consider the possibility that it might be a roasted stem tea, like roasted kukicha. So sometimes kukicha, the stems get roasted. And when they're roasted, they're also called hojicha because, hoji means roasted, cha means tea. So roasted tea. Any roasted tea from Japan, they typically just called hojicha. But you can also make roasted kukicha specifically. Like the stems, and then only use the stems for roasting. So, yeah. I think that this might be that. I want one more steep because this is very different. Can I phone a friend? Can I phone a friend? Any hojicha masters out there? Hey, Christine, help me out with this tea. This is the second tea we're blind tasting out of a range of 4 teas. I got the first one right. The second one is this tea. It's this definitely roasted green Japanese. I thought it was a hojicha at first. My first guess was hojicha.co's gold roast. But I got a hint of something umami, like oceany, that is telling me it might be a kukicha that's been roasted. Because some kukicha is roasted. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Phone a friend? Madlena, Ayante, nice to see you. Christine, nice to see you. Shiloh, salutations. Trekking Buddha, nice to see you again. Still in Utah? And Cecilia. Hello. This is the third steep now?
Yep.
Stumping me. At least I know it's a hojicha. But I would, maybe it's just my big head. I would like to know exactly which hojicha it is from my collection. It's very good. So, Steiner, Christine, I always like stems since they always seem sweeter and softer tasting. This is very sweet and soft tasting. There's almost no bitterness or sourness. It's almost a little bit too soft. So it's either a very light roast hojicha or it's roasted stems. I don't know. Am I second guessing myself? But if it's roasted kukicha, the problem is I don't know which vendor I bought this from. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like the gold roast hojicha from hojicha.co that I first thought it was is a little bit different from this. Or maybe it's just changed over time or something. Okay, this is the last steep I get, It's so sweet. It's like stupid sweet. It's like really stupidly sweet. Like more sweet than even the average hojicha. But it's not like brown sugary, it's just good. It's good. Okay. So I don't like my answer, which is gold roast hojicha from hojicha.co. I think it's a stem roast kukicha, roasted like kukicha, but I have no idea who that'd be from. How about even if you don't know the vendor, I can just tell you what
That's
it
fine.
is. So blind tasting friends, is this a light hojicha, like a standard light hojicha, or is it a stem only hojicha? let's try to decode it. The light roast hojicha, I think would have a tiny bit more sourness than this, like a tiny bit. The leaf material is just a little bit too good, I think, to just be regular hojicha. I would say, yeah, I think it's roasted kukicha. I think. Let's do one more sip. You can get in your head when you do this blind tasting stuff. It's like taking a test and you're like, oh, the answer is A, but actually maybe it's C. No, maybe it's A, and you erase your answer and you go, oh my god, I think it's stems. I agree with you, Cecilia. If it's too sweet, maybe stems. And yeah, it's just that only one note kind of like clued me into this. It's like, it's kind of marine thing going on, and that's very kukicha. It is lasting quite a while though. This is like the third steep. This shebang's like going. So by the way, if you know hojicha is in your stash of green teas, that's a tea that definitely can last. So don't throw it out. You know, that's an easy one. Hojicha can usually stand the test of time. And again, for y'all who are in Discord, you already know what this is. Don't tell me, but I'm second guessing myself again. Okay, I think it's roasted kukicha stems. Let's hear it. No, what is it? What is it?
More specific.
What do you mean?
Karigane. You're getting there.
Oh, okay, so
You were getting close.
I got closer than I thought I did. So, y'all who said stems,
Yes,
correct.
but...
Marzi, you're the one who got it right. I think I got two. I knew I had karigane hojicha in my stash, but yes, we're right. It is a stem-only hojicha. Let me show you some of this. Yeah. See, this is what's throwing me off because I don't remember having plain hojicha from them, just stems. So it is hojicha stems, okay. So they're a lot lighter, which explains why the color is so light, you know? But the umami that I should have paid attention to was because these are stems from Gyokuro specifically. So we're going really specific. So I'm glad I didn't guess gold roast hojicha because it's not a stem-only green tea at all. My guess was a little bit better, but just go one more degree to really have been correct. It is Gyokuro hojicha. So Gyokuro stems hojicha. So when they make Gyokuro, they don't, if you notice, Gyokuro is mostly just the leaves. So they have all this byproduct that they have to sort out that's really still very good. And they make it into hojicha, and it's, a higher grade of hojicha, more aroma, just more body, more everything. And that's what should have told me that it was that good of a hojicha. Not just stems, not just good roast, like a really nice hojicha. It's Gyokuro stems hojicha. Okay, so could I get a 0.5 on that? That's pretty close. That's pretty close. No?
Judges.
0.5? Do I get a 0.5 on that?
Let the people decide.
I did go specific, I did catch on to something was going on, but it wasn't as accurate. Can I get a 0.5? Marzi, this tea is from Den's Tea, which was one of my favorite Japanese producers from like the 2012's era. They're not as famous anymore, but man, the tea's very good. Some of my favorite hojichas are from them. Yeah, so it's from Den's Tea, DENSTEA. They're based in California. Fantastic stuff. And that tea's old. That tea's from like ages ago. It's still amazing. So last week we did the aged Gyokuro. Remember that? And so now it's aged Gyokuro roasted stems. So more buzzwords. More buzzwords, more fun. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Marzi, give her a point. I think it's 0.5. I don't think I deserve a whole point. it's not exactly what it was. Because the first tea, I got exactly what it was. The second tea, I think I could have gotten that if I had just thought about the umami note a little bit more. Those of you who've had just regular kukicha, hojicha, you know it's sweet. But when you add that extra like umami, it's like sweet, umami, soft, complex, lasts forever. There's just a little bit more I should have been saying, you know? So, Shiloh says 0.25. I think if I said gold roast hojicha, it should have been 0.25. No, actually, I would have not been happy with that guess. I would have been like, no, it's wrong. Yeah. So, how's this? Now at least you have some blind tasting cheating going on, you know? I think this guy's trying to trick me. Because he's probably like, she's gonna know what this hojicha is. It's so obvious when it's hojicha. I gotta pick like a really,
Not supposed to make
really
it
tricky
easy.
one. No, it's not supposed to be easy. I'm actually really happy I got the stems part. But, interesting. This is fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are too. Gabriel, nice to see you. Jay Scott, how's it going? Shiloh, I love the varied production styles. Yeah, I really, really like comparing different teas of the same style from slightly different variables. Like hojicha from Yame, and hojicha from Shizuoka, and hojicha from Uji. Like different production areas will taste different. Different roasting levels, different material, like leaf material. It's just really fun. So I should have known something was going on with the hojicha. So, 0.5?
Give it to you.
Okay, 1.5 out of 2. That's a C. 75%. So Yustrai, how's it going? Nannan, how's it going? And Natalia, how's it going as well? From down the road here in Las Vegas. Alright, did I get a rinse on this cup?
Yep.
It's very important. Okay. Tea number 3. What time is it? I just want to make sure I'm not blabbing too much.
4:39.
4:39. So I gotta pick it up a little bit. Okay. So this third tea. This is the third out of the 5 teas I'll be 5 teas that I'll be tasting today as part of the challenge I'm putting out. Drink your green teas. They're fun. Do one of these. This is really fun. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, my Jesus. Wow, this is really fragrant. This is tea number 3. I don't know what it is. It's very fragrant though. My first guess is that it's the Vietnamese pandan scented green tea that my friend Lion gave to me. Because I can't think of any other scented green teas. Unless it's a really good jasmine. Like really good. So this tea is not that clear. But it's pretty tasty. I don't think it's a Japanese. I don't think it's steamed. I think it's either a Chinese or somewhere around that area, like pan-fired. You can kind of tell with the warm color. When it's light colored but kind of warm, it tends to be pan-fired. You know, like they process the leaves in a wok, which you usually see in China or in like Vietnam. The first tea that we guessed, the Bhutan green tea, that's pan-fired too. Vietnam has pan-fired tea. So I think this is the pandan green tea that Lion gave me. But is that too obvious? Is this too obvious? I feel like it's too obvious. I don't have a lot of scented green teas in my stash. I do have some jasmine green tea I've never tasted before. So I wonder if Steven's trying to just brew tea I've never had before, just to punish me. Because again, I have 93 green teas in my stash. I have not drunk 93 green teas in the last year, my friends. Or I don't, yeah, it's just a lot. So, ID Kizzle. I'm not sure. The Soyuz Chai family was able to catch your stream. I know, our time zones are so different. Hernandez Jess, nice to see you. Shiloh, I really like pandan. I like pandan too. The only thing throwing me off here is it tastes a little bit different from what I remember it tasting like when I brewed it. Because I actually brought this to Tea Blind Tasting Club here in Vegas, and it came out a little bit different.
I'm sure I'm doing it wrong.
There's no wrong though. See, that's the thing. If someone's blind tasting you, it doesn't matter how they're brewing it. That's still on you to choose or decide what the tea is. That's why it's fun to have someone else brew tea for you sometimes, because it's easy to tell your own teas when you brew them the same way you've always brewed for yourself. But when someone else is brewing them, you kind of see a different dimension of the tea. You can see what the tea is capable of doing. And yeah, your preconceived notions about what something is go away. It's just tea and you and maybe a little bit of ego, because I'd really like to get these teas right. Soyuz chai, lotus green tea. I don't think it's a lotus green tea because I don't think I have one. I have 93 teas, 93 green teas. You know, that's a lot. Yeah. Hernandez Jess, can I just call you Jess? Is that the Denhong teacup I see? Was there recently and really enjoyed the black tea actually. It's also a Northwest Tea Fest. I have it side by side. Denhong was on one side, CC Fine Tea is on the other side. See a trend here? It's all the people who came to Northwest Tea Fest. Yeah, which is probably the most kick-ass tea festival this side of the...
In the Northwest.
Continent. It's the best tea festival in the... No, Portland's there too, so we should say that.
Oh, okay.
But Northwest Tea Fest is amazing. Oh, and Gabe's here too, so we probably should say that also. Northwest Tea Fest, together with Bellingham Tea Festival and Portland Tea Festival, is the best. Those three are the best out of the three Northwest festivals in the Northwest. Oh my god. This tea's making me really hot. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Drinking on stream. Really hot in here. Is it getting hot in here or what?
It's warming tea.
But yeah, shout outs if we're talking about tea festivals. Number one, the Seattle Tea Festival, which is where these cups are from. Big, awesome, you know, if your tea festival isn't giving you cups that are like nice and not reactive, these are perfect tasting cups. White, plain porcelain, perfect for blind tasting. And then Bellingham Tea Festival is doing its very first year. This year, Gabriel Lucaris in chat, go harass that guy. He's organizing the festival. I'm really sad because I can't go. Maybe. If, you know, I'm not sure if we're going to Taiwan because of all the shebang that's happening there. But, yeah, that's the first year they're doing it. So if you're, you know, close to that area, Pacific Northwest, or just, you know, what part of Canada is Vancouver? East? No, West. West Canada should probably go to Bellingham Tea Festival, May 16. Yeah, I'm really sad we can't go. Anyway, yeah, let's drink. Ooh, I'm getting tea drunk in here, huh?
It's hot, yeah.
It's getting hot, yeah. It's like middle of winter. Even in the desert, we should have a winter. So maybe I should look at this tea. This tea is very warming. I feel like my cheeks are red too. I'm like hot too, or I'm like sweating. I think I'm like shiny on stream. Is it just me? I'm like shiny. So, you know, besides the flavor, you can also see what the tea is doing to you. And this is a very warming tea, which is odd because I'm not sure if you guys, you know, heard in the ether. Like, green tea should be cooling, right? And this tea is very warming. It's very tasty. It's still scented though. I feel like it's the pandan green tea. I think it's the... Ooh! Hey! I don't think this is Lions. I think it's a different one. Maybe it's a different one. I'm not even sure if it's from the same vendor though. There's one from Vietnam and there's one from Indonesia. And I don't think I've had that one. And I think this is different enough from the one I got from Lion to be the Indonesian one. I just remembered. So I have two pandan teas. Can I call a friend again? All my friends on stream. I have two pandan teas. One from Indonesia and one from Vietnam. this doesn't quite taste like the Vietnam one that I brewed for Tea Club, which I brewed not too long ago. But there is a pandan tea from Indonesia I have not had yet. And this is kind of new. Like, the flavor is familiar, but this particular tea, I think, is a little bit different. Am I shiny? So used to try harassing Tea Fest. Sounds like a couple of Portland guys walk in like, you having Tea Fest? If you had some coffee. Coffee's fine, it's fine. I mean, like, go harass Gabriel to be like, oh my god, man, your Tea Fest's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be, like, awesome. And, like, we're gonna, like, kumbaya and, like, the outdoors and stuff, right? Tell me all about it. Which I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you all about it. But, yeah. I should have a time limit on here. How many more minutes do I have to finish this blind tasting? That's important too. Because if I can't blind taste 5 teas in an hour, because I keep talking, that's a problem. I'm not sure if how long the Master Sommelier test takes for their blind tasting. I'm sure they don't give you an hour for five teas, 5 wines. The wine tasting test, you know. I don't think they give you an hour.
Thirsty.
Okay. This tea's very satisfying. It's very
hot.
It's really hot. Which, you know, maybe it's Indonesia. That you know, volcanic vibe going on. Whew. And there are certain teas that I can only identify. Oh my god, this is perfect timing. I was about to talk about you. Blind tasting tea using how it feels versus how it tastes. Can you believe the timing on this?
Seriously.
So my teacher and friend who just popped in, like, had to take, you know, the Taiwan tea, I'm so hot, the Taiwan, like, tea specialist certification, and they have you blind taste a bazillion teas. And instead of going by taste, she was able to taste, right, based on the feeling of the tea. And this tea doesn't feel familiar to me. I don't think I've ever had this tea. That or Steven's brewing it, like, really crazy, you know? So, you know, I'm not entirely sure. It tastes a little bit different from the one I've had. It feels a little bit different. I think this is the Indonesian pandan tea. Whew, it's hot. Okay. So you try for mystery teas, there's always Hawaii option. You're right, I do have a Hawaii green tea in there somewhere. Or I gave it away. I might have given it away. I don't remember which ones. But sure. I think we gotta move on. So Steven, I think my guess is the Toby Wanga Indonesian Pandan Green Tea from Watcha. No! It's the Vietnamese green from Lion. That's my first guess. So Lion, thank you for this. I've just realized that Steven brews this tea really warm. Whew, that's hot. I don't remember this tea tasting like this or feeling like this when I brewed it for other people. Yeah, so there you go. I'm still happy with the ability to think about stuff, but also not happy that I changed my first guess. This is my first guess. Lion, thank you for this tea. It's really hot. Whew. Did you see that Toby Wanga, like, pandan green tea, though?
Nope.
You didn't see it? Maybe it's an oolong. Maybe it's a black tea. Maybe it's a black tea. So, the Indonesian pandan tea that I'm talking about is from Watcha. I've never had it before, so that's why I thought this was the tea. I don't get a 0.5 for that one, I don't think. Nope. It's way too obvious. So this is a pandan-scented green tea from Vietnam. The closest most of us have had to this kind of tea is a sticky rice scented pu'er. If you guys have had shang pu'er before. Sticky rice, nomi shang pu'er is related to pandan. So you'll be getting a lot of that same kind of like toasted rice aromatics going on. Man, this tea is hot. And then I think Lion got this from a friend of his. You know, so we don't know the details of this tea, but it's really, 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 really good. Yeah. Now, lesson learned, this just means I have to brew it more, not just for blind tasting, because this is a really good tea. Okay. So I'm 1.5 out of 3. I'm behind.
What was your goal? 3?
3.
Well.
So, yeah. I don't have enough time. I gotta get going. So we're done with 3 out of 5. I wanted to get at least 3 correct out of the blind tasting. I'm at 1.5. Only with the 0.5 due to the kindness of you guys give me a 0.5 for the second tea. I don't think I get a 0.5 for this tea. I should have known. That's okay. So I need to get the next 2 right, or at least get a 0.5 on them to reach 3. I mean, out of 93 teas, that's a lot to choose from. While Steven brews this tea, I want to show you the remains of the first 3 teas. This was the Thunder Dragon Green from Bhutan. I think Steven started me off with a really easy one. Very basil-y, very distinct. I got this right on the first sip. This one is the Karigane Hojicha. It's a Gyokuro stems Hojicha. Got really close, but, you know, really interesting Hojicha. Again, this is called Karigane. Karigane is the stems of the Gyokuro, like tea. When they sort it out, they make Hojicha like this. Third one is this Vietnamese green, which, you know, tricked me because I have never felt it feel like this before. It's so hot. Whew, really hot. And Chinese medicine says that typically green teas are very, you know, very cooling. And pandan is supposed to be cooling too, I think. Can someone fact check me on that? Is pandan as an herb supposed to be cooling in Chinese medicine? Maybe not. I don't know actually. Because isn't womishan supposed to be for digestion? So maybe, I don't know. Something. Either way, I'm not sweating anymore. Alright. Soyuz chai, mostly green today tasting. Yes. In prep for the green tea challenge that I'm putting out. 7 green teas over 14 days. You guys can do it. I'm doing 5 in an hour. And, you know, discovering some favorites I should have been drinking a long time ago. 2 more teas. And the challenge is to figure out which green teas these are from the 93 green teas I have in my collection. It's a lot of green tea. So this is the 4th. And unfortunately, I think Steven's giving me a hard time. This is... it doesn't taste like anything. So it looks like another Chinese green, I think. I don't think it's Japanese. But there's almost no flavor at all. It's just empty. There's just no flavor. There's no flavor. Yeah. But it feels good. This tea tastes like nothing, but does feel like something. Ooh, this is hard. So, this green tea is one of these teas that is dead in the flavor, but it has something compelling in the feeling. So last week I drank a tea. It was a wild tea from, what was it? I think it was a Huangshan Maofang, I think. Like a semi-wild Chinese green tea. Really good material, but it tasted like nothing but felt really, really good. This one tastes like nothing. I'm still on the fence on whether or not it feels good. I think this is an old Chinese green tea. I think it's leaning towards the Dragonwell side of the spectrum. It's very toasty, and I have a lot of old Dragonwell in that box. So
you do.
I think that there needs to be at least one Dragonwell in this lineup. So I'm cheating because at least I know what's in my box. Sort of. Like I know there's no green tea from Pluto, because I never ordered green tea from Pluto, or maybe I forgot. Yeah, there's not much I'm getting from this. Cecilia CEO. Yes, I think it's too old. But it feels pretty good. Like, it's not offensive. One of the older green teas that I drank was also offensive. I think this is an okay tea. It must be really old though, so I think it's 2015 or older. 2016 or 2015 or older. Y'all on the Discord, this is number 4. Soyuz chai, understeeped raw pu'er, or would it count as green? There's no raw pu'er in this lineup. Because at least raw pu'er, we know we can age it. But, you know, I'm doing this to show that green tea, even if it's not completely fresh, can still be pretty good. This one, though, is... Man, I'm seeing my chances of getting the 3 out of 5. Floating away with this one.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It tastes nothing. What could this be? There's a lot of teas that could taste like nothing in this lineup. Whew, wow. If you're looking at Discord at number 4 right now, which is where Steven posted the results of this already, wow, I would like to be you and know what this tea is. I'm not getting anything. I'm getting like the slightest bit of aroma. It's a little bit toasty. It's a little bit dry. But this is a hard one. So going back to our challenge, this is a good example of a tea where I'd crack it open and, you know, I would immediately be like, we gotta cold brew it or cook with it or something. Because it does feel good. It does give me a good feeling. But I don't know what it is. So I'm kind of on the fence on whether or not I should drink this tea again, or cook with it, or, you know, do other things to it. We've got some interesting green tea use techniques going on the docket over the next couple weeks, like ways to show, you know, cold brewing techniques. We're going to make Japanese green tea rice together. We got some weird things we're going to do with some green tea. This might be the one I try to figure out what it is. Cecilia, didn't get a point. No, I don't get a point. But thank you. It's very generous. Soyuz chai, Teavana green. No offense. I drank down all my Teavana greens a long time ago. That's the unfortunate thing. When I was drinking Teavana tea, I was very good at drinking them. I don't think I have any left. Yeah, this is tough. Steven, can you get a hint on this? There's nothing going on.
It's old.
I already knew it was old.
It's, I don't know. How helpful do you want the hint to be?
I guess it's hard for you to tell me, right? Okay, this is the third steep.
Nope, this
is the second steep. Yeah. We're getting some toastiness from it. I think it's
I'm gonna need more water.
I think it's a Chinese green. Yeah, let me fill up the water. Which, by the way, all the water we're using today is my water formula. No spring water for us. No water bottles, dude. Just the formula that I made using my water formula. After lots of years of figuring this out. How much do you want?
We only have one more tea to do.
Okay, so not too much. Yeah, I'm only dwelling on this so long because this is my only chance to get my 3 points I wanted. If I don't get it here, I don't get my 3 points. There's some aftertaste. Actually, no, I don't think it's a Dragon Well. It's got like a floral aftertaste. Man, I don't know. It's old? You said it's old?
Yeah.
I knew it was old.
It's not 20 years old.
I don't have anything that's 20 years old. Okay,
Third steep.
We're getting some flavor out of this, you know?
I'm trying to push it harder.
Help me finish this.
Okay.
It's not bad, but it's definitely a tea that I think I'd like to cold brew because it's got a flowery kind of flavor to it that I think might be salvaged with a cold brew. So flowery, toasty. I think it's Chinese green. I think it's old. I asked Steven for a hint. He said it was old. Thanks, Steven. I already knew it was old. Like, really old. I think it's like 2016 or older.
That's about right.
Cecilia, trust yourself. You said dragon well, toasty, flour. I don't think I have dragon wells that are both toasty and floury though.
Here's a hint.
Yeah,
It's
let's
not
look at,
dragon well.
let's look at the. Can I look at the leaves? Can I look at the leaves? It doesn't taste like much. There's not much going on. The hell is this? This looks like. Wow, what is this? It looks like a pu'er. Look at this stuff. It looks like pu'er. So you're saying soyuz chai, you know, like understeeped raw pu'er? It looks like pu'er. So when I got the flowery thing going on, I thought maybe it might be Yunnan. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. It's not Dragonwell. Didn't think it was Dragonwell at the beginning, after the toasty thing went away. I'm gonna have to call it, I think. Yeah, this is what I wanted, for me to not know what teas are in my stash. It's not a good feeling. I want to know what they are. That is a... That's a... I told you about riding into Tea World on a high horse. You're gonna get hit down. You're gonna get knocked off. That is a... That is a... It's cut up. It's not that evenly oxidized. I don't think it's traditional Chinese green. It's gonna be from like Vietnam or Burma or India or Taiwan. Taiwan has kind of like fucked up green teas like this. I'm sorry, Taiwan. You guys have really good oolong, but your green tea's a little fucked up. Yeah. What are you? I'm gonna have to give up. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. It's got a flowery aftertaste that tells me it's either Yunnan, like not traditional Chinese, like not West Chinese. I mean, East Chinese. It's Vietnamese or Burmese or Indian or Taiwan, or it's not Japanese. I think I give up. What is it?
Kenya.
I had this tea last week. This is the tea that I had last week on the stream. That's really unfortunate. I brewed it a lot better than you did, friend.
You did.
Because it came out last week. This is the tea we had last week. Shows you how good my memory is. This is the Kenyan green tea. So, correct, it's from a region that's not traditional China. And it is better than I expected. But, yeah, last week it came out really, really well. Like, I steeped it, I drank it, and it was good. If you remember being on this live, you know, it came out really well. But this week, it just was pretty dead this week.
It's older now.
It's older by a week, okay? It's older by a week. So, yeah, I guess. Last week I said I want to keep it. It's better than I thought. But now this week, I guess we gotta figure out what to do with it. If you have a tea that's kind of on the borderline, I'm guessing it might be good for you being used in cooking. You know, it's got some power in it to stand up. Like, use it like an herb, maybe. Like, grind it up and use it as a spice rub. Or cold brew it. I don't think that I'm that happy with it to, like, hot brew it, you know? And we'll be exploring some ways to, like, experiment with green teas over the next couple weeks. Don't forget that Green Tea Drink Down Challenge, both on Discord. And yeah, Soyuz chai, short shelf life, changes flavor in a week. I don't know, maybe because I opened it, it like, hello world, I'm here again, and all the air came in, because last week was fine and it fizzled out. So that's interesting. Tea can change like that, or maybe Steven's just really bad at brewing. This is your fault. So I'm not gonna hit my 3 minutes. Ooh, time's gonna run out on this one. I'm gonna start a new one after this because we have one more tea to drink. I have 15 seconds remaining. I'm gonna restart this live. Come back for the 50, okay? Be right back. So welcome back. We have another hour together now. I'm just kidding. We're not going to take another hour together. We're just finishing up the blind tea tasting of the green teas in my stash that we started just a minute ago, just an hour ago. This is the 5th tea, the last tea of the blind tasting we were doing together. Thank you again for joining me this whole hour. Steven and I have been thinking like we should probably move this to YouTube so that you guys can watch on desktop if you'd like to. If that's something you feel either way about, let me know. I don't care. If I had a choice in the world, I wouldn't be doing this video thing, but I just like tea, you know? So, yeah. Last green tea from this blind tasting. I'm all sobered up now because I'm just like, I'm not gonna get my 3. But that's pretty big odds though, for me to be able to guess. This is the bargaining part of the grief phase, right? For me to have been able to guess 5 teas out of 93, that would have been impossible. Okay. I got the first tea right almost immediately. I got the second tea sort of right. Third tea, I second guessed myself and I got it wrong. That's my fault. The 4th tea, that's Steven's fault.
Whoa.
He didn't brew it well. That was a tea I drank last week. Come on, like last week I just drank it. So, yeah, lessons learned. Tea can change from week to week, you know, so many different variables. So I think what we're used to in the West of just having a tiny sample and getting to know a tea through that tiny sample isn't enough. We need to brew the tea a lot, really get to know the tea. I drink I from Gen Teas like Jade Mountain all the time, and I'm still finding new ways that it manifests in the cup. So, you know, get to know your teas. And for God's sake, don't forget what's in your tea stash. 93 green teas. It's a lot of green tea. Okay, 5th tea. So here's the color. This is, you know, looks kind of like it might be Chinese, but it's a little bit light and a little bit cloudy. So it could be Japanese too. Let's smell it. So first thing you do with the blind tasting is, you know, you look at the color. Wow, I don't know what that is. Just from smelling it. It's kind of, you know, I don't know. I feel like Steven just started me off really nice, and then now I'm just going downhill on the blind tasting curve. Stop making faces at me that tells me what this is. I don't know what this is. Ooh, okay, so, whew, wow, this tea tastes really good, and it feels really good. I don't know what it is, so.
Well, let's make some more of it.
So it's a light in color. I'm not getting a lot of data from the flavor, but it feels really good. So all of this I'm showing you is just like, in case you even have samples of tea that you have no idea what's going on in them, that's okay. You don't have to know what the tea is to enjoy the tea. I used to be like, oh, if I don't know what the tea is, I'm just going to throw it out or give it to someone else, but you don't need to know what the tea is to enjoy it. Let your body tell you if you like it or not. Let your palate tell you if you like it or not. You know, sometimes even better if you don't know what it is. You know? What is this tea? Yeah, so this is one of those teas that I feel like when it was fresh, it was probably incredibly flavorful and aromatic. I'm getting a lot of regret from this tea, regretful vibes, because I wish I drank this when this was newer. I don't think I did, because it's really tasty. I think I would have remembered what it was, or just finished all of it. Whew. Yeah. While I wait for Steven to brew this, does anyone have any green tea stories to compare with me? What's the oldest green tea you have in your stash right now? I think mine is a dense tea one, like the Karigane Hojicha. This Gyokuro Hojicha, that was the second from the list. The that's from like 2012. That's old. That's old. So I think this is a Chinese green. Doesn't taste very Japanese. If it's Japanese, it's extremely light. I'm seeing Steven's brewing it kind of light. Babying it a little bit. I would like you to not baby it so much. I would like to know what it is. But okay, I'm not going to tell you what to do. So I have green teas that are from 2012. Granted, they're hojicha, so it's not as heinous of a crime, but yeah. And I also have the 2004 Gyokuro from Teidu Japan. If Amy is gonna watch this, thank you for helping me with my French. This 2004 Gyokuro, which I am giving away for people who complete the challenge. 2 people who complete the challenge, not everyone. I wish I could give more, but this is it. This is all I got. And this is one of the most really just... I knew aged green tea could be good, but this is like one of those perspective-changing teas. This tea is from 2004. I think last week I said 2002. Sorry, I bungled it. It's not from 2002, it's from 2004. But that still makes it 16 years old. Old Japanese green tea that's stored correctly, that still tastes amazing, and still looks like brilliant green. And we drank this tea last week, so I'm not going to drink it today. But a lot of people ask, where do I get this? And currently, Teidu Japan doesn't have it right now. So I would like to send some of this, whatever is left in this package, to people who finish the challenge with us over the next 2 weeks. We will pick 2 winners from either the Discord or the Instagram. People who follow my rules and don't make me count all your posts. Yeah. Actually, I don't think you even need to finish a challenge, right? You just have to post?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. But if you finish a challenge, you get
More
7 entries. So
Yep.
There you go. All right. The fuck is this tea? What's this tea? I don't know what it is. I don't know what this tea is. Yeah. I think this is a great... I would just like to do a really fast, speed run of the video and just show me slumping further in my seat as my confidence gets lower and lower. Because, I started off strong, I immediately know what the first tea was, and now I'm just getting stumped. And I don't know about you, I'm making fun of it, but I don't like the feeling that I don't know what's in my tea collection. I don't like that. I do tend to keep teas more than I should because I use them for educational purposes. So for the workshops I teach, good tea is even better understood when you brew it next to bad tea. But I still feel I should know what's in my stash. It's kind of like an extension of the minimalist idea that, dude, just own things that you know about. And I think at one point I did know everything that was in my tea collection. I was very much aware of what was there. But now I'm starting to kind of look through my stash and be like, whoa, I forgot that I had this. Maybe it's being 26 instead of being 25. A lot changed. A lot changes when you hit 25. For those of you who haven't hit 25, and then for those of you who have hit 25 before, you guys keep telling me things change after you hit 25. And yeah, I don't remember what things are anymore. And the thing is, I do believe that green tea can be aged. This 2004 Gyokuro tells you green tea can be aged. But any tea you age, I think it's better if you do it with intention instead of just, I just forgot. Oh, if you're gonna age the tea, do it on purpose. That's not to say, be mean to yourself for not knowing what's in your stash. I don't think it's helpful to do that, but just, these people who make the teas put a lot of effort into making the tea. It gets shipped to you, it gets packed. People who've ever packed tea, vendors, people who work for a tea shop, that packing tea sucks. Packing sucks. Packing sucks. You gotta weigh the tea, you gotta pack it, you gotta heat seal it, and then you gotta send it off. Not saying you don't buy teas from people, but if a tea has so much attention put into it every step of the process until it gets to you, or me, let's just use me, and then just forget about it, you know, for like years, I just kind of feel bad about it, you know? So I just want to be a little bit more aware of what's in my stash. I think, you know, I usually reorganize my tea stash every year, but it's been years since I've done like a complete inventory. It is complicated for me because I do the tea workshops and teach and I use them for education and stuff, but it's just, yeah. I want to know what my teas are. This is tasty, though. Back to the tea. And it's making me very sober. Very, like, philosophical, you know? I think it's Chinese. I think it's Chinese. It's got some of that green bean flavor I associate with Bilochan, like green snail spring. Or even Laoshan green. It's pretty good. Apithea and Chris Lim, welcome to our blind tea tasting part 2. 4 of the teas that I blind tasted are in the first live. This is the 5th one, 5th and last one. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Let's do another steep. So again, the format is we're gonna do 3 steeps. I can't look at the leaves. Just try to figure out what it is. And then as you guys do your challenges, you know, I challenge you guys, try to drink at least 7 green teas over the next 2 weeks. That's 1 every other day. You guys can do this. If you just want to do a blind tasting of 7, that's fine too, no problem. But doing this blind makes me, you know, just look at the tea and not be affected by what the label says. Whether the packaging's fancy or it's a fancy cultivar or from like a really nice vendor I like or a vendor I don't like, it's just a tea, you know? It's like when you get a package that's like, ooh, it's like award-winning charcoal roasted Tie Guanyin from Taiwan. You're like, oh my god, it's award-winning, it's charcoal roasted. The packaging's really nice. You're almost like primed to enjoy the tea, but when it's blind like this, no package, no nothing, I forgot what it was. You got a little bit more data, you know? Like pure data. Sun, I don't know what this is. It's very green. I'm very impressed by how green it is. It's still got the green tinge. Sun's setting here in Las Vegas, but... and Henrique, thank you again for helping to inspire this theme for the green teas. It was because you were drinking down your green teas, and I'm like, yeah, this is about the season. It's a good reminder. And soon it's going to be springtime. People are going to be buying new teas, and I can buy new teas to forget until 2028. Now, if I do buy green tea to age, I will do it on purpose. But, yeah. I don't have any money lying around to like waste on tea. It's sitting there, you know? It's almost like I put a $20 bill, kept it in there, and didn't want to take it out until 8 years later. Could have put it in a bank account, have it make money for me. Okay. Should I call it, guys? I have no idea. Is this the second Steve?
3rd. That's the 3rd.
Okay. So, let's blind taste. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay not to know. We say this all the time at Tea Club. But at least if you are picking out notes, you can at least assign it to whatever the correct answer is. It's floral, it's mineral, it's soybeany, it's very complex. It's a very complex tea. So whatever it was, even if it's really light now, I think it was a high-grade tea. It is a high-grade tea. I suspect when I look at the leaves will be very pretty, like very like beautiful, good, well-picked leaves. Oh, don't let me look yet.
Okay.
Let me finish. Yeah, so yeah, floral, mineral, soybeany. It's got good texture. It's got good aftertaste. I think it's Chinese. I don't think I would like to drink this on a day-to-day basis. It's just a little bit too weak. But I think it would make amazing ochazuke, which is the Japanese rice with a broth that we will do later on this week, just to try it out. It's a meal you can put together at your tea table. So if you're all lazy, you don't want to cook or anything, you can do it right here. It's a tea I would like to use for broth or cooking. I think it might cold brew well. It's just not strong enough for hot brew. The aftertaste is gorgeous though. So yeah, I'm gonna guess. Can I look at the leaves?
It's gonna give a lot away.
Is it gonna give a lot away?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Henrique Pascual, my friend, you're in Discord. Number 5 is this tea. It's on the Discord. You can because I have no idea what this is. Steven posted what the teas are in there before we started. It's gonna give a lot away if I look at it. So this is why we blind taste without looking at the leaves, because the tea leaves will be given away. Okay, how about I forfeit my point? I've been trying to get 3 points. I only got 1.5. I only got 1.5. Thanks, Marzi, for helping me, getting the 0.5. It's very nice of you to say I had a point, but... Oh, is this the Taiwanese green tea? Is this Taiwanese green tea? You're right, it did give it away. This is Taiwanese green tea. It's so obvious it's Taiwan. So, yeah, it's Taiwanese green tea. I knew about that tea. I just didn't know what it tasted like. It tasted... I thought about it for the 4th tea. I thought it might be that tea. But, yeah, this is the Jasmine Pearl in Portland. More Pacific Northwest thing going on. Jasmine Pearl is Formosa green. And you know what? I didn't like this tea as much when I first got it. So, I'm glad that we blind tasted this, because this is better than I thought it would be. Because it honestly wasn't the most amazing tea when I first got it. This was one of the teas that made me realize that it's not the Jasmine Pearl's fault. I think it's just Taiwan doesn't make amazing green tea. I think all of their effort is on oolong. I have had some good Taiwanese green tea, but just on average, I'm not sure what you guys have seen, but just oolong. Just go buy some baozong or something, And I think maybe I'm just fatigued from tasting. But if you look at my notes, floral, mineral, soybean, that's like baozong, like baozong oolong, right? Floral, mineral, soybean. And then soft, textural, with aftertaste. That's very baozong, And baozong oolong, baozong oolong. That's Taiwan, the Taiwanese oolong that's the closest to a green tea. So a lot of the processing they use to make this green tea from Taiwan is pretty close. They just don't oxidize as much. So lights going down is because, we're sunsetting in Las Vegas. But this is why Steven didn't want me to look at the leaves. Such a giveaway. It looks like oolong, doesn't it? It looks like oolong. So that's why I took one look. And if you want to play this game with your friends, you could maybe do 3 steeps without looking at the leaves. And then if everyone's stumped, you can show them the leaves. And then you're like, boom. Because it's still a good skill to develop, to look at the leaves and know what they are. Because part of this practice is, if you have a tea in your cupboard that you don't know what it is, there's no label, the label got scratched off because you've just had it so fucking long, you can still identify what it is using the leaves, using the flavor. I think the leaves are a big giveaway. So, yeah. Yeah, I haven't had these teas in ages, this tea I think I got in 2004? 2004? 2004? This tea is 6 years old. It's a toddler. It's not a toddler. It's in 1st grade. This tea would be in 1st grade. And tendencies are teas that aren't great to begin with don't age that well. So what I said about it being like, wow, I think it was a good tea when it started was wrong. Yeah. I said it was a good tea when it started. It actually wasn't. It's actually better now. Maybe my water's better. Maybe the brewer.
So well.
Whatever, dude. Yeah. So let's look at the teas that we had today. First one was the Slender Dragon Green, the Confidence Booster. I took one sip. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this tasting. Oh. And then I got this one, the Karigane Horicha, which I begged for half a point, which is pathetic. I should just not even have had a point. Yeah. I'm pretty impressed I got this pretty close, to be honest. Again, thank you for the trade. I traded this with Christine Steiner, who was on stream earlier. And then I got this Vietnamese green from Lion. I almost got this right. I said it, and then I doubted myself. So, but that's okay, you know? The more you do this, the more you realize it's not about being right. It's just about having fun. It's okay to be dumb, like me. No, I'm not calling you dumb. It's fun. This is about the fun part. This is a pandan scented green tea. Really, really cool stuff. I really like this tea. I just didn't recognize it when Steven brewed it. So that's another part of the tea brewing process, is that both this tea and this tea I had actually brewed pretty recently. But a different brewer makes different things come out from the tea. This is a Kenyan green tea from 11 bazillion years ago also. Stored in a paper bag. This is from last week's live. And I forgot what it was. I didn't recognize it because Steven brewed it so badly. And then finally, number 5, the Taiwanese green. Taiwan doesn't make a lot of green tea. I think this is the only Taiwanese green I had, because after this era, and after going to Taiwan, I'm like, fuck, like they just, you know, you can't go to a pasta place and expect good ramen, right? You can't go to a pizza place and expect good pasta, right? Like a place that's really good at their pizza is gonna be good at their pizza. In some cases, if you're like a genius, you could be good at like both good pasta and good pizza, but Taiwan focuses a lot of its energy on its oolong and often black teas, so this was okay. Verdict. How many of these did I get right? I got 1 right. And I got 0.5 for this one. I got so close. And another thing is, even if I got these wrong, I got really close to this. I should just trusted my instincts. A big thing I see when people blind taste with us at Tea Club, or, you know, during my workshops that I teach, people doubt themselves. They think they're not good tasters. They're like, oh, I get a seaweed note, but I'm not a good taster. Or, you know, they just don't think they have a good palate. Trust yourself. You probably know better than you think. This was so close. I should have just gone with my first guess. Had this last week. This one too, right? I pointed it out. Notes: floral, soybean, mineral. I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was China, you know? So, mind games here. But this has been really fun. I kind of want to do this again sometime. Maybe I should look at what I have in my stash before we do this again sometime, so I know what's in my stash. But I hope you guys had fun doing this blind tasting with us. I invite you to do your own blind tastings, do your own green tea, like drink downs. Again, on IG stories, the challenge is out there. 7 green teas, 7 old green teas over the next 14 days, 2 weeks. That's all it takes. If you drink 1 every day, like one every other day, you'll get through it. Cold brew it, cook, drink, you know, gift it to the neighbor you don't like. Do a green tea soak. I've never done that, but we can try. The idea is trying to get you to get into your stash and figure out what the hell is in there. Don't be like me. In 2028, you look at your stash, you're like, whoa, man, this is old. It just, yeah. Awareness is good. And then I got these cat things. God, I'm so tea drunk. Cat postcards. I got this from Cat Village in Taiwan. Yeah, these are really cute. I wish I had more of them. I only have 3. I should have bought more. I'm not a postcard person, but I really, really like these. These are cats picking tea. And I've never seen such a cute postcard that's also very accurate. Because they're really picking tea in there. Like, you can kind of tell when people draw tea art and they're not, like, they've never even been to, like, a tea field, or they don't know what they're drawing. But they're, like, picking tea. Like, this guy is, like this guy up here is, like, has, like a like first flush tea material, and then, you know, they got like the little baskets, and then the tea bakers in Taiwan really do have these little sleeves going on. I love it. So we're giving these away in addition to some of the 2004 Yokoro, the age stuff that Thé du Japon has. This is a 16-year-old Yokoro. I would love for you guys to try it. We're giving that away for people who enter and, you know, join us for the challenge. So yeah. Let's talk about it on Instagram stories. I'm good. Like, taster's fatigue. This is good. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Any questions, comments, concerns? Cheers for only getting 1.5 out of 5. If you round up, it's 2. You're welcome to send me in the PMs. Thanks again. Signing off for now. Drink some green tea. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and join the Discord. Join it! Join it!